Hey everyone, welcome back. So today I'm doing another Call of Duty video, and in this I am going to be outlining some of the best tips and tricks that I know of to actually help you level up your weapons in the fastest way possible, both in Warzone and in Vanguard. Now, with the integration around the corner, most people would be running around trying to level up their guns, trying to keep them competitive. With those of us with Vanguard, it actually wouldn't be that difficult. Just hop into multiplayer and get it done. For those of us without it, well, the new map, gonna have to try and do these tricks. It actually should work because it would be using a lot of contracts, but hopefully this video actually covers a lot of it and it helps a lot of you out in some way. Now, without really getting too much into it, let's go over the tips and tricks. So, tip 1, get a friend. Now, it actually isn't that impossible to do it solo, but it would really help because you'd be going up against teams of 2, 3, or 4 with weapons that aren't really fully leveled up. So, you would want to get a friend to help you out. But I would suggest doing this in Plunder over Battle Royale because once again, you don't want to be running around with guns that aren't really fully leveled up against guns that are already meta. So, the best thing for you to do in this situation is get either a teammate or a full squad if you have one, and just run it out with them. They can level up their guns, you can level up yours. It doesn't really affect anything, it just makes it a little bit easier. So I had to do the unthinkable. I had to make a friend, which not many people know. It's very difficult for me, but I did it. So yeah, I hopped into a game and I made a friend. I found a Mo, and this Mo was actually nice. So I adopted him, and once I had adopted this Mo, we take our new friend. We drop into a game of Plunder. We pick a gun that we actually need to level up. In my case, I picked the KSP. I don't really use the gun that often, so it wasn't really fully leveled up. And we find the train. So you get into the train, you pick up the recon contract. With it comes a lot of the loot that's on the train, which is great. So once you pick up the recon, it should be known the recon would spawn on any one of the segments of the train. Now, when you actually go to the recon, it would obviously call a lot of people to you. So that, coupled with the loot, if you're doing this in Plunder, would mark you as high earners, so a lot of people would be rushing to attack you. Just be very wary of that. But along with this, you get to spend some time with your newfound friend. What was that? Okay, but once the recon's done, you make your way to the front. You actually have, I think, about 40 to 45 seconds before the recon spawns again. And once you get there, there is a refill for ammo on the train, and the recon drops 2 plates with more ammunition for you. So you actually can hold this down pretty well. Once you're done, you get back to the center of the train, and the recon should actually spawn in a couple of seconds. Now, every recon that you do does give you 500 weapon XP, along with every other contract you do. So using double weapon XP tokens or on double weapon XP weekends, this can level up weapons really fast. Even without the tokens, it still is really fast. But yeah, you can use this as a great time to get to know your new friend. For example, Mo's under the impression that spinning on a recon makes it work faster. We don't believe this, but we indulge him. Spin away. But yeah, once that's done, if you haven't done the recons, or if you don't want to do the recons, find supply runs. Find an area that's dense with them, and abandon your newfound friend. Leave him there. This is how we keep friends, people. We just leave them in random places. Now, make your way to whichever buy gets marked. And once you're there, or once you're making your way there, your friend should actually run to the next recon, the next supply run that's in the area. So once you complete the supply run, the next one should get marked. Once again, these will give you 500 XP for your weapon. On a good game, you should be able to complete roughly 10 to 15 of these, which is upwards of 5 to 7,500 XP for a weapon. But that is all depending on how long the actual game lasts. Now, if you had a team of 4, you could use both of these at the same time, and I'll get more into that a bit later. Now, as you see, once I finished the supply run, Mo had picked up the second one when it instantly pinged the next buy station. So this is about the fastest way you can do it, unless you both have helis. Now, in a scenario like this, it's really not that rare actually. If you have a cluster of supply runs within the same vicinity, they will pull to the same buy station. So this is an example of that. Mo has roughly 3 or 4 supply runs in prison with him, and when I land here, I actually just wait at the buy station, and once he picks the next supply run up, it pings right back to me. So we finish about 3 or 4 supply runs just sitting at the same buy station whilst he runs around and he picks them up. So this is one of the better ways to get weapon XP, and I do believe in the new map, since there wouldn't be a train, this would be your go-to method. Now, having said that, you could use both the methods. If you have a full team of 4, dedicate 2 players to the team and have 2 players in helicopters. What you would do is, whilst the cooldown period on the train is happening, you'd have the 2 players in the helis doing a supply run. So there's never a moment that your team isn't doing a contract. Doing this, you can get upwards of 20 contracts done in a good game of Plunder. Otherwise, you could always hunt down the high earners, kill them, spend all the money, have the game last as long as possible. That's just another way to do it. But as far as I'm concerned, these are the best ways to actually level up the guns in Warzone currently. Now, we will be moving on to Vanguard. And when it comes to Vanguard, there are a few things that one can do to level up the guns in the fastest ways possible. So I have 4 tips for Vanguard. Now, tip number 1 would be obviously the operators that not many people know about, which I'm still surprised about. But every operator has a favorite weapon. Now, there's 12 operators, so each of them has a different favorite weapon. Every weapon, if you're using it whilst you have this operator equipped, would in fact give that weapon an XP boost. So you would level it up faster than you would if you were using a different weapon with a different operator. Now, I would suggest using a weapon with an operator you've already got unlocked, if you have that weapon unlocked, and then try and unlock every other operator passively. So do all of the necessary unlock criteria for each one. Then once you're moving on to a new weapon, you can unlock it, you can level it up faster, because the last thing you want is to choose to level up a weapon and then go to an operator. Now, every operator, even if you're not using the weapon, will still give you weapon XP for those weapons at different unlock levels, and the XP goes up in increments: 1,000, 1,500, and 2,000, so on. So it doesn't matter if you forgot to equip the weapon, you will still get some form of weapon XP with it. Now, we're gonna go into the actual weapons, and weapons do have a perk, kit now, but it's called surplus. The second you get this unlocked, use it on your weapon. It gives you more XP per kill that you actually get in game. So if you're going for high kill games, you're gonna want to equip this, and you're gonna want to equip it along with forward intel, because forward intel does let you know where enemies are spawning. What you can do is see the little squares in your minimap, which now is larger, run over to them, spawn trap them, and just spray them down. I have an example of it in one of the opening clips of the video. So couple those two together and you should get high kill games. Now it's pointless putting them together if you can't find players to kill in game. So I would suggest going into the smaller maps like Das Haus. I probably butchered how that is being said, but yeah, that's it. And the final tip, you're gonna want to use your double XP tokens. Now everybody should have some. If you've pre-purchased the game, you should have some double XP tokens around there somewhere, and it's pointless saving them. You know, why are you saving them? You're gonna want to use them to level up your guns as soon as possible. Now I think you're given 5 or so XP tokens if you pre-ordered the game, and 5 double XP, but that's not mentioning the actual battle pass XP tokens that you would get. You get them free if you have reached certain tiers in the battle pass, so everybody should have double XP tokens to use. Now that should be about it for Vanguard. If you've pretty much compiled all of those tips into one, that is running the surplus kit, using the forward intel, double XP, and with the operators, you should be able to level up a gun maxed within a day. And then you can go on to leveling up the next gun, unlocking the next operators, or going into grinding out some camos. And yeah, if you've made it this far into the video, well, that is about it. And if you do have any other tips or tricks that you think I missed out that you might know, please leave them in the comments. Somebody might learn something new. I mean, I always learn something new. And I want to give a big shout out to my homie Mo for helping me out. Like, I would leave his Instagram in the descriptions below. Guy's an absolute beast, so he does post his gameplay on there. And yeah, level up your guns, get going to it, become complete animals on the maps. And remember, it is a game, just have fun with it. Don't sweat it out, don't stress it out, and let's not be toxic. And yeah, if you want to see some of my gameplay, I will be streaming on Twitch. Yeah, just swing by and say hello. I'll leave a link to that in the description as well. I should be doing a camel grind sometime soon. But yeah, thank you for coming by and listening to this. If you want to know anything else, if there's another thing you want to make, well, you want me to make a video on, just comment it down below and I'll try and get to that. So thank you all and have fun. See you in the next one.